Hello everyone, Chess Hoodie here with the new styling, no beard as you can see. So today we played UG 1911 with the rating of 2293. He was black, I was white. So let's see, d4, d5, bishop f4, the London system. And let's go quickly through the next couple of moves until this point. So here I have to decide how to defend this pawn with my queen. I can do it from any of these three squares, but they lead to slightly different positions. I chose queen c1, probably not the best choice, but I like it. Okay, bishop f5, knight b d2, e6, bishop e2, bishop e7, castles, castles, and usually white goes for something like this because this bishop is quite strong. But since there is no h7, h6 included, I can also go for knight h4. And I don't get that bishop, but I just exchanged because he has this move. So we exchanged, and now I got some freedom. My knight was attacked, so I moved it back, and after rook ac8, there is this unpleasant standoff between the black's rook and my queen. At the moment, he can't take advantage of it, but it's always in the air. I have to watch about this pawn. Okay, knight b3 was played, c takes d4, e takes d4, a5. So black would like to advance this pawn and then shatter my queenside pawns with a3. So I need to do something about that. And it's not clear what is that something. For example, if I go with my queen to d2, then I am taking that square from my knight and he can come with a tempo. Perhaps it was possible, but I didn't like it. So I play extravagantly. I play the bad move, bishop g5, which could be justified in case of white taking, and then maybe all of that makes sense, something like this, and knight can come here or it can go there. But there are downsides. For example, after bishop g5, f6 is a little bit unpleasant. Anyways, I was sort of lucky and my opponent retreated his knight. And now my plan was to take and go here, but for some reason I changed my mind. So I went knight e5. He cannot take because that loses a piece, but he just played rook d8, and now I decide to do an exchange operation. So I exchanged two minors, hoping that this knight will fight well against this bishop once it gets to d3 square. Let's see. Queen d2, bishop e7, knight c1, a4. I have to stop a4, a3, otherwise not so good. So a3 was played, queen b5, and now knight d3. And look, from d3, knight is controlling all the important squares, and also it is defending my only weakness. But still, I might be slightly better now after inaccurate play by my opponent, but nothing special. But here my opponent gifted me material, so this was just a gift for no reason. I don't even understand the point of this move. I'm not sure what was his plan, maybe rook b6, so I won the exchange. And now I thought this is going to be easy, but let's see what happened. So I will fast forward a few moves. So well, there are many ways to go about it, but we were just shuffling, and here he decided to trade. If I somehow exchange a pair of rooks, it's easily winning. But as long as he keeps that rook, he can put up some fight. He is objectively lost, but somehow his pawn is holding several of my pawns, and his other pawn is doing a good job too. Of course, I should look for this move when possible. Alright, so let's just shuffle, fast forward a few more moves. So we were just playing with no concrete things. So as you can see, I transferred my king to defend this pawn, so now my rooks are more free. And now my plan was to advance this pawn, exchange, and provoke this push, and then to give up one of my rooks for his bishop and pawn, and finally to pick up this pawn. So that was my vague plan. But let's see how I went about it. So rook e1, rook b7, a little bit of shuffling, and now I attack. So he has to defend, rook a8, and finally c4. So here I thought that the game will soon be over. But let's see. After f5, which is not a good move, I got somehow distracted because I know now that this is weakened, no matter if there is a pawn there or not. So from my original plan, I got distracted because of this actually bad move. So I went back, and after rook b8, I exchanged, which is not most precise, but still good enough. And now he should have pushed, but now my old plan works perfectly. I can just go rook d1, he has to push, and then I just, as I told you many moves ago, I planned this. And it's with check, so this one is dropping, and this position is easily winning. But I don't know, as you can see I have 33 seconds, but still for some reason I was attracted by this weak square, so I changed my plans. And this is still winning, but now it gets tricky. I missed this move, bishop d4, and now this one is hanging. Yeah, I can give it, but and take his stuff, but it becomes messy. And as you can see, my time was quickly disappearing. So now I'm on 13 seconds, and yeah, 12 seconds. So here I lost the thread. I already gave him a chance to equalize. The thing is, here I completely missed that he can take. I knew that this is not dangerous with the rook, but with the bishop, it's completely fine. But he had 1 minute, so he could risk it, but he didn't do it. And we just repeated the position. Of course, here with rook d2, I can still play for the win, but I just didn't believe in my abilities to calculate everything in a time trouble. The time was almost non-existent, so I basically had to move very fast, and I don't know, I couldn't calculate. Of course, here, for example, rook c2 was the winning continuation, but it's really hard to enter this position. I saw that here I might have chances, but it looked very dangerous and I couldn't calculate, and it's hard to find these moves. Now I'm threatening to win a piece, so he has to move that bishop, and then I can take with check two of his pawns. But okay, sorry, my computer stopped working. So I can take this pawn, but he will take this pawn, and this is, I don't know, if it were a classical game, maybe I could have found these moves, but with just a few seconds I happily repeated the position, and yeah, that's how the game finished. Well played, Eugene 1911. You defended well with Matthew. You gave me an exchange for nothing, but then you showed some tenacity. And not well played, Chess Hoodie. It seems that you are too slow, too slow. All right, thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.